Hello, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right. Hi. Okay, today, you guys, we're going over our third and final part of Daniel. We did discuss his dreams, or I should say, the king's dreams that he had that Daniel was able to interpret and give the king the bad news, both of the kings, three of the kings. Now, after we had Nebuchadnezzar rule. We have now Belshazzar ruling um, Babylon. And I'm a little bit tired today, so as much as I would like to really dig deep into these visions that actually Daniel had and the dreams that Daniel had, I'm going to just read them and kind of let us interpret and meditate over them and come up with our own reasonings and solutions. I will say the vision that Daniel has of the beasts coincides very well. It's really the same meaning as the same dream that Nebuchadnezzar had about the statue of gold, silver, bronze, and iron, right? And iron and clay. So the beasts that are being described as the head, as the arms, as the belly, as the feet are equivalent to those body parts. So these are the visions of Daniel. Again, this is just going to be something that we can listen to and meditate on and really just pay attention to the time frames that are being discussed. I may clarify just slightly as to what the time frames being discussed are. But again, this is just for our information, our study, and our focus on the future. So I will start here, right? In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream, and visions passed through his mind as he was lying in bed. He wrote down the substance of his dream. Daniel said, "In my vision at night I looked, and there before me were four winds of heaven churning up the great sea. Four great beasts, each different from the others, came up out of the sea. After that, in my vision at night, I looked, and there before me was a fourth beast, terrifying and frightening and very powerful. It had large iron teeth. It crushed and devoured its victims, and trampled underfoot whatever was left. It was different from all the former beasts, and it had 10 horns. The four great beasts are four great kings that will arise from the earth. Then the sovereignty, the power and greatness of all the kingdoms under heaven will be handed over to the holy people of the Most High. His kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom, and all rulers will worship and obey him. In the third year of King Belshazzar's reign, Daniel had a vision, after the one that had already appeared to me, right? As the one that already appeared to me. And as I was thinking about this, suddenly a goat with a prominent horn between its eyes, came from the west, crossing the whole earth without touching the ground. I saw it attack the ram furiously, striking the ram and shattering its two horns. The ram was powerless to stand against it. The goat knocked it to the ground and trampled on it, and none could rescue the ram from its power. While I, Daniel, was watching the vision and trying to understand it, there before me stood one who looked like a man. As he came near the place I was standing, I was terrified and fell prostrate. "Son of man," he said to me, "understand that the visions concerning the time of the end." He said to me, "Understand that the visions concern the time of the end." I, Daniel, was worn out. I lay exhausted for several days. Then I got up about the king's business. I was appalled by the vision. It was beyond understanding. "Lord, you are righteous, but this day we are covered with shame. The people of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem and all Israel, both near and far, in all the countries where you have scattered us because of our unfaithfulness to you. Now, God, hear the prayers and petitions of your servant. For your sake, Lord, look with favor on your desolate sanctuary." the Lord speaks, 77s are decreed for your people and your holy city to finish transgression and put an end to sin, to atone for wickedness, and to bring everlasting righteousness, and to seal up and prophesy, and to anoint the most holy place. And I will just pause. 77s is like 70 weeks, right? 7 days, 70 weeks. I, Daniel, was the only one who saw the vision. Those who were with me did not see it, but such terror overwhelmed them, and they fled to hide themselves. Fled and hid themselves. How can I, your servant, talk to you, my Lord? My strength is gone, and I can hardly breathe. God replies, now then I tell you the truth. 3 more kings will arise in Persia, and then a 4th, who will be far richer than all the others. After he has risen, his empire will be broken up and parceled out toward the 4 winds of heaven. It will go to his descendants. It will not go to his descendants, nor will it have the power he exercised, because his empire will be uprooted and given to others. The king of the south will become strong, but one of the commanders will become even stronger than he, and he will rule his own kingdom with great power. After some years they will become allies. The daughter of the king of the south will go to the king of the north to make an alliance, but she will not retain her power, and he and his power will not last. One from her family line will arise to take her place. He will attack the forces of the king of the north and enter his fortress. He will fight against them and be victorious. The invader will do as he pleases. No one will be able to stand against him. He will establish himself in the beautiful land and will have the power to destroy it. He will determine to come with the might of his entire kingdom and will make an alliance with the king of the south. And he will give him a daughter in marriage in order to overthrow the kingdom, but his plans will not succeed or help him. The 2 kings, with their hearts bent on evil, will sit at the same table and lie to each other, but to no avail, because an end will still come at the appointed time. He will show no regard for the gods of his ancestors, or for the one desired by women, nor will he regard any god, but will exalt himself above them all. A man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, lifted his right hand and his left hand towards heaven, and I heard him swear by the one who lives forever, saying, it will be for a time, and half a time, which means a year, 2 years, and half a year, so 3.5 years, when the power of the holy people has been finally broken. All these things will be completed. Blessed is the one who waits and reaches the end of the 1,335 days. Okay, so that is it. We're not going to detail too much of what's going on. Just think about what the goat represents, what the ram represents. This goat is a flying goat. Its feet do not touch the ground. It comes from the west. It's a flying goat. Think about something that flies through the sky, right, without touching the ground. Think about the 77 weeks, or excuse me, the 70 weeks, right, that we have to reform, to repair, right? Think about the 77. What can we do in these 77? And not to let our hearts be heavy based off of the news and the things going on around us, right? Going wrong, yes. Going right, yes. As it is all in God's plan. It is all granted by God. It's weird to think about that, but it is. Everything is working out because God allows it to work out. And God can foretell and warn us, but we aren't to get heavy and burdened by the things going on around us. Why can't I talk? I do not know. As you can tell, I am very similar to Daniel in this situation, because I'm very tired. My strength is just completely gone from me. So I will leave you just for a little bit to rest, and I will leave you to sit with this book of Daniel for just, a period, right? And thinking about the timeline, right? That's what we are all to do. We are all to wait, patiently, and perform right action, and perform good deeds, and to really make sure that we have reformed, not only by the end of the 7 weeks, 70 weeks, excuse me, yeah, the 70 weeks, and then also thinking about what is to come in about 3.5 years, right? We're supposed to wait, and we're supposed to be patient, and we're supposed to, um, calmly go about our lives, not getting too wrapped up in everything else that is going on around us, right? Patiently waiting, active waiting. That's the best way to make use of the time now. And we've talked about the active waiting a lot because that's really what we have been doing over all these years. So I will leave you. You can see the breath is gone for me as well. I'm very tired. It's very hard for me to elaborate and explain, but I hope this was a good way to just think about what's going on around us and to meditate and to actively wait during this time. So I will let you go. I appreciate you listening, my early birds, and I will talk to you again in a little bit. We're going to get some more rest, some extra rest. If you are curious about dreaming and how to keep track of your dreams, just like Daniel did, the way to do it is just to, when you first wake up, write down what you remember. You have to write it down and you have to try to put it into words so it makes sense. If you just try to remember and piece it together in your head, it will not make sense because you're not able to like conceptualize it. So make sure you conceptualize it by putting it on paper, putting it into words, and then as you're writing and as you're reading back what you wrote, you can actually start to put two and two together and figure out, what you just dreamed. So I will give you that recommendation while I am away, to maybe start writing down your dreams. When I read this last year, I tried to do a little bit of that, and writing it down definitely does help. So I do recommend it, and I will try to do the same. I hope you guys have a good, wonderful, beautiful day. God bless you, and happy Easter weekend. Stay gorgeous. Talk to you later. Bye.